Good morning, Sneha. Everyone, good morning to everyone. Read for success. Let us give reading everything and start doing reading. थोड़ी लाउडली पढ़ता हूँ, ठीक है. The magic does that. The also make a magic to dust available to the picture practice as the part of the daily others and the sprinkling making the dust for the people who savior in there are many more and we have the continue to the practice and you can speaking a magic and dust over the everyone and the everything if you post if is a big and a grumpy and you can be secretly speakingly magically dust over the you can sprinkle the magic dust over the families and remember love one of you. You are the bad mood and you are bad mood. Anyone you can cross with you need to the same magic in their life. You also the magically where you go to spring in a magic dust. Babies and a child over the plant of the grant and every day food and drinking their computers or the mail before you are opening and your wallet car your phone before you taking the making a photo calls or other circumstances that you want to improve the many applications of the magic dust are the limited only by your imagination. The magic never ends. The practice of the gratitude every day of my life and it is inconceivable not to me now that I would have lived a day to the month of the years and I practice to the gratitude and say everything gratitude has been a part of the personality. It is in the cell of and in the subconscious mind in which we got up in life and forget the practice and gratitude of the period of the times and the magic will to the ever post and is used to the magic in the life and in my guidance and let me know that I am the practicing gratitude of even the I have I need to the practice more and watch many people and carefully and I find that the many of the living and happiness and increasing to the practice and gratitude as a little of the problem is start appearing to the practical areas of life and immediately I increasing my magically practice of the gratitude in the areas of not to the beginning by the files appearance anyone and interest I look for the good goodness to the grateful for the everything and circumstances that are the hand of like and falls over the unwanted to the magically disappearing. I start I started out thinking I started out giving for the same of the thing that are that more thankful I become the more and don't encouraging increasing increasing that is the because what is your focus on the expands and the focus on the goodness in your life and you created more opportunity to relationship even the more followed by I learned to be grateful no matter what had happened in my life. Thought the practice of the gratitude are the using the invisible law of the universe and it is the grateful for the universe to be and in the exist in the world for for you to using it advice for your life and the universe and the universe and you there is the level of you can reach the gratitude and because of the ultimate abundance in your life the way this is the level of the gratitude research is the therefore the relationship with the universe or the life prefer script or to the gods and you can attend to the thinking of the universe and the separate from and you will also think of look about the yourself and together and asking well to the universe most certainly about below you to behind the upsets of it is a very single thing that every single person is the meaning to the universe is within you within you as your belongs to be above as the above and the belong with that this is the knowledge also by working to the magical then you understanding the universe is within you and by the every nature is also for the waiting for you and for more life and more health more love more beauty and more everything that you want you with the genuine the gratitude for the universe for everything you receiving in your life and you will be the stable and the personal relationship on you and universe and that more genuine gratitude for towards the universe for everything that receiving to the closer relationship between become with the universe and that is you can reach another level of ultimate abundance and a magic gratitude and you will be open the heart of the mind and go completely to the magic of gratitude and within you will touch a life of the everything that you comes into the contact and with the will become a friend of the universe and you will become a uh, channel for the ultimate blessing and earth and when you get the close the persons and the universe then the great closeness of the universe within for that the moment of the world that belongs to and there will be the nothing that you cannot be have or do. Damn it. Hello sir. The gratitude is the answer. The gratitude is the cure of the broken of the difference in relationship for the lack of the health, money, and the unhappiness. Gratitude limitless for the body and gift, and the depressions and the brings the happiness and clarity. The patience, and kind not with the compassion, understanding the peace of the mind and gratitude being the situation and for problems and the opportunity where with to realize a dream. Gratitude has been the success of it is open and good to be the ideas of discovery as the great scientist Newton and the Einstein provide imagines of every scientist and following in their footsteps, the world would be the probably into the territories understanding the growth of the advancement currently limited would be the broken life as altering discovery and be made in the technical physical and the medicines and physiology at astronomy and every scientific field. The gratitude become the mandatory subject to the school and we would see the generations of the children who would be the advance of civilization through the capture accomplishment and the discoveries and the obliterating and the disarrangement and ending and was and the disappearance of peace to the world or nations and it will be leading to the world in the futures and also lead the end of the people of the most grateful for the nation people and case there are that are thriving and becoming rich and also using the illness, the desire and distracting drop the weakness and productions and to the axicals and happiness to the peace of the surviving nations and providing with the disappearing and there are and would be the single person in the hungers and the because of the grateful nations and never be also it is extend the the more the more people who discover the gratitude and magic and people of the fast in the swap in the world and the cause of the gratitude of the revolution take the magic and with you take the magic with you today take gratitude and the whenever you are going to the structure and the magic of the gratitude into your passion and counting the actions and the life the situation to the make all the dreams and come true in the future and if you are the presenting with the challenging situation that you can think and you have to the control over the over and you there are the loss of his to what they to do and instead of the worrying of the fear and turn to the magic of the gratitude be grateful for everything and less and your life when the deliberation thank you to the goodness in your life and to the circumstances around the challenging the situation all over the magically changing and we should him that the way therefore he be grateful for the magni ungrateful saying the magical words thank you and say them out the words and should be the shouting them for the rooftop and wishing them to the yourself in the mind of the feeling and them in your heart and but wherever you go to this and day and for good take gratitude and it is a magically power with you and today we have magically life filled with abundance and happiness to the answer is your lips and it is inside your heart and it is a great right reading by the waiting for the you to bring forth magic दोस्तों फाइनली आज ये किताब खत्म हो गई है ठीक है ये मैंने कंप्लीट कर दी है एंड थैंक यू टू ऑल ऑफ यू बिकॉज स्ट्रीमिंग आपकी वजह से शुरू की थी और उसके कारण मैं बुक पढ़ पाया बड़ी प्यारी बुक है आई हैव रेड इट अब जो बुक पढ़ने जा रहा हूँ उसका नाम है द कंपाउंड इफेक्ट ये बुक है बहुत गजब की डैरिन हार्डिंग इसका नाम है मैं इसके ऑलरेडी 2 चैप्टर पढ़ चुका हूँ अब मैं थर्ड पढ़ने जा रहा हूँ the area person circumstances in your life is doing the struggle with the most start journaling all the accept I am also reading book भैया गुड बहुत बढ़िया स्नेहा जो बड़े लोग होते हैं ना वो पढ़ते हैं बुकों को जिनको अपनी लाइफ में कुछ करना होता ठीक है एंड दिस बुक्स आर आवर फ्रेंड हैबिट थर्ड चैप्टर हैबिट A wise teacher was and taking to the Stroll therefore the forest and with the young populus and stop before into a thinning tree and pull up the sweeping with the teacher and instructed his pupils. अरे uh, pull up the sleeping the teacher instructed with the pupils and pointing to the suppose sprout just and coming up from the earth. The together the youngest pulls and it up easily with his fingers. Now up pull up the that once said the teacher, an incidenting indicating a more establishing as pulling that had grown to the broken of the high of the boy with a little effort and led a young to the child come and the tree up to the root and all the end of the this one of the said the teacher nodding towards a more well and developing the heavy evergreen that has been telling you the young pupil pupil and greater efforts and throwing all the weight and the stench into the take using the stick and the strong he found to the berry up to the stubborn roots that the boy finally get the three and losing them to the wise on said and I didn't look for to the pull this and one this young boy offered to the teacher and young which of upon all uh, might okay so that the telling the body to the scarily and sit to the top of the knowledge and struggle to and the best pulling up to the march of the similarly and simply told you the teachers and I am strong but I can't my son and you you have just a domestic the power of the habit and you have life and the teacher to exclaimed the order they have the go to the garden deeper to the root and grow the hard by are the poorest and something get to the big with the root so deeply you young the people the highest and to hesitate of the drawing the capturing of habit historic and we historic are what we repeatedly doing the marriage vested and define the habit this way and the acquiring the mode of behaviors that has been the nearly for completing the navigatory there is the story about the means and the radical of the horse and goes gloping to the quickly it appeared that going to somewhere very important that they stand along to the roadside shout and shouts where you are going to rider ripples and I don't know ask for a horse and this is the story of the most people life they are riding the horse of their habits with no ideas where are they headed that is the time to be a control of your inch and move your life and in the direction of where you really want to go if you have living to the auto pull it on always in your habit and turn you I want you to understand why and I want you to understand the life of the hook and after all you are in the doing the capture the physically students revel that the 90% of the everything that we're feeling doing the achieving this result and the learning habit, and we have bound and with the instinct with the course of the habit at all we develop or move and beginning to the child we have learned a series of the conditioned response, and that leads us to react the automatically as in without thinking to most situations in your day-to-day life. Living to the automatically has been its defined into the positive, and you, if you had consciously and think about every step of the eating the ordinary and ask the mistake, making the breakfast and driving to the kind of the school and getting the world work I saw in your life would grant to health and probably rush to brush your teeth and twice a day the auto plotted and their own beginning and the philosophy of the adapt you just going to the strap and on your seat belt and the minutes your butt hit this and sit now the second of the thought on your habit to the routine allow us to the us and mainly consciously and conscious energy for every day conscious energy every day task. They help you to keep the sun and up enable us to the handle most situation and reason well because we don't have something and because the made up and we focus on the mental energy to creating the increasing the thoughts of the habits and which help you to also that going to the health that is if you are the healthful and you are likely to build a healthy habit around the foods you buy and what are you order and restaurant if you are fit it is probably because you work out too regularly if you are successful in the sales job and probably because you are the habit of the mental preparations and the positive self-talk and unlevel to stay automatically in the facing of the rejections. I have meeting the work with many of the great achievers and CEOs and the super superstars, and I can tell you they are all the sharing of the common trait. They all are good habits, and that is not to say that they don't be have a bad habits. They do, but the not many a daily routine build in the good habits. The difference that the separate this the most successful almost before everyone else, and don't that make the sense for what we are already discussed. You know the success people to are the unsuccessful and more intelligent or more talented than anyone else, but their habits make them all in the direction of the being more information and more knowledgeable and more competitive better skill and better prepared. I am reading also. Okay, ठीक है भाई, 30 मिनट हो गए अकॉर्डिंग टू पोरोडोमो टेक्निक। अगर जो भी मेरे को सुन रहा हो वो 5 मिनट का गैप ले सकता है जिसमें वो पानी वानी पी सकता है और उठ सकता है। पोरोडोमो टेक्निक बताती है कि अगर हम 30 मिनट पढ़े और 5 मिनट का गैप ले तो हमारा माइंड फ्रेश होता है और हमारे माइंड पर बोझ नहीं होता और जिससे हम अच्छी प्रोडक्टिविटी कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, ओके स्नेहा, 5 मिनट बाद मिलते हैं। थोड़ा घूम लो, पानी पी लो, यहाँ वहाँ चलो जाओ। आह। गुड मॉर्निंग। ओके दोस्तों, स्टार्ट करते हैं दोबारा, ठीक है। दोबारा से करना स्टार्ट करते हैं। 5 मिनट का ब्रेक हो गया है, स्ट्रेचिंग कर लो। लेट्स स्टार्ट। My bad using the Larry Birds has been an example to the teach me about the habits when I was kids. And Larry Legend is known as one of the greatest perform basketball player, but he wasn't known for being a most ethically talented uh, players. Nobody would have described the Larry as the graceful in the basketball. Yet to the despite his limited nature and ethical ability, and he lead a Boston Celtics and three world championships, and the remaining ones to one of the best of all the times. How did he do it? It was a Larry habit. His relentless dedication to the practice of the improving the game, and Birds was one of the most consistent and three through the shooters in the history of the NBA. Growing up, his habit was a practice in a 500 5 grow unshut every morning and before school with the kinds of description and Larry. Most of the people who give talented and the kick to the bets of the most of the gifts and playing to the court and the Larry Birds and your conditions and automatically to the un unconsciously response to be the both of the development champions and this chapter is being to the choosing to the making up what you are lacking in the instead of ability and displaying out of the good habits and out. It is about to become a creature of champion habits with the enough with the enough practice of the relationship or behavior and bad becomes automatically over the time to mean that the thought of development and most of the habit one consciously by the modeling of the parent and the responding to environmental or the culture and associated with creating a coping machines mechanisms, and becomes the consciously deciding to the change that the stand to the reason that since you are learning and every habit you have you can also unless one of that that's serving you and well reading here goes and start to taking your way out of the instant and grateful tips, and you understand the scarfing tops scarfing tops scarfing top tar on wasn't and the land horsing of the weightlessness, and we realized that the longing to the 3 hours and the 3 hours night watching to the Netflix scrolling the social media label also three favor an hours and reading going to be listening to the traffic audios and programs, and we get them earlier purchasing the get running the shoes with making to the marathon and ready for we are relation especially at least that is what we told ours. And so why are we so rationally rational insult insult by so people are bad habit. It is because Our need or immediately gratification comes to turns and into the most of the reactive, non-thinking animals according if you are took the beat of the big and of imagine immediately for to the more the culting your chest and the heart of magic and you are mighty going to back for the second beat and if you are next if you whiff of the catty tree and the muted your face into that the worth it 5 years and old change and you are pass on that too if you are failing to make your talent and call today but immediately far in the bankrupt studying picking up to the phone and would be the non-wearing and if that first flop full of cake instantly put 50 pounds on your farm says no thank you to dress would be the pieces of cake the problem is steam that the payoff of or the instant gratification drives from bad habit often for a without weight and what is the going to on in your life and rational mind to the concerning long terms and consequences including in your day habits and seems to be have any negative effects at all in the moment you don't have that the heart of taking your facing doesn't serving up in you are standing in the unemployment line and you are the light or the you are the thunders but that doesn't mean you have activated the compound effect. Richard Phillips, hi, what are you reading today? Those I am reading the compound effect. This is a phenomenal book. It is the time to wake up to realize that the habit you are indicated could be a compound your compound could thank you compound and your life into the repeated the dusted the slightest add adjustment to your daily routines and that dramatically later to the outcome in your life and again I am not talking about the quantum lapse of the changing of or the complaint to the overrule your personality and character and the life to super small seemingly consequently adjustment and value the revolutions everything the best illustrations and I can give you to the emphasize the power of the same adjustment is that the plan of the traveling from the Los Angelinas to the New York City if you are knowing to the plant at the point and only 1% of the cost almost the individually adjustment the plan sitting on the dramatic in the Los angle it is will be multiplied help you to 15 miles off the course and arriving at either the upstate of the Columbia or the Dover and such as the cause of the habits and the angles for proof and the habit such doesn't look like a much in the most can we ultimately lead to the means of course the direction of course and the health due to desire seeing the fingers most people to drafting their life and without devoting the machine a conscious energy and graphing out the, especially that when you want to need to be do the themselves there is there. I want you to show you that the green grant agent your passion and agent your passion and help your aim to the unstoppable creative and power in the direction of the heart and dreams and a desire to the uprooting better and habit and have the growing to the might you can going to or and the difficult to see the process through will to require the something grateful than the most redundant determinations and willpower all found the cut off. Finding your joy, finding your moj your way of power, finding your moj or your powers. Assuming the willpower is what you need to be change your habits and make and to try to keep the hungry, gracefully beer out to the picnic and breakfast by conveying to it is a pinky to gift to be beer and bad habits and you need to something the strong when you have trouble going hard to the achieving your goal and come behavior and similarly willpower and I dis disagree that than enough a choice to be a successful that is going to keep consistent with no one positive choice. The power of the same adjustment, 1% change in the course result in being to the 115 miles of the course. You need to make what you are going to fill in back into the middle less and the habit what you are going to be the different and the visualization and that you have tried to feel them before using the as you are getting the slight bit and uncomfortable you are going to be the attempt to slide and back into your old comfortable routine and you can the willpower and before it feel you have and set the resolutions and you we them going to the thought and we were going to be the loss of the what at times and throughout you did not make all those sales and calls and you last year at least stop in the instantly and something the different you can be get the different and the better result for getting to the willpower it is a time for why power you are choosing in your meaningful and why you controlling them all the desires and dreams and that waste it always is the most motivating choice and one of the challenge with this choice the choice identify as you are the purpose of your core life and your highest values and we get to want to something that know why you why you why why want to why you want to you will need to up and giving up the easily so so what is your why and why what is your why and you have got having a reason how they want to make a significant improvement to our life and making you more making want you making the necessary change and you know why the most be something that the fantastically motivated to you and you have to be something that the many fantastically motivation to you and you have got to want to get up to the go for years and but It moves to you and most identifiably and the why do critically and most motivatively to ignoring you for the passion that the source of the enthusiasm and the force of the passionate this and then important that I made to the focus on another book live and the best year ever the person systems can achieve to a big goal and living your best year ever comes in the most you why most and you why the why everything and the possible power of your why is the getting why is the getting is the sticker to the and yearly modern and amendment of the levers all the whose will meaningless until your why are the powerful unless you are unless you have start the desire and the motivation in life and you will be abundance any new path and you seek the better your life if your life if you if your why and power your desire isn't get enough if the fortitude of your continuing it's the power of enough you will end up like everything and others and who make you the new no years resolutions and give up the quick and the relative all sleepwalking through the power of choose and limit we give you analog to help you bring it and help you if you were to put the 10 unreached whites and 30 feet long plan of the surrounding and saying if you walk the length of the plank I will give you the $20 would you have done it of it is an easily and 20 bucket but I took that the same 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 plank for made at the roof, top and a bridge and between to the 100 story of the building and same and for the walking to the 30 feet for the plank and no longer and desire to be every possible to does and to look the same and not in your life and figures however if the changing was to the positive building and the building was to the far off words and walking to the length of the plug and saying the or say the out without the question of them immediately do it $20 or not. Why? Why is that the best time? Why is the best time? I said you to the cross the ask cross the high plank on a plank and you said no. I didn't know why yet. The second time you wouldn't highest the risk and said the danger are the same. What the change you are why change you are reason for wedding wanting to be do and you see when you are the reason of the being being enough you will be willing to the performing almost new truly igniting your creativity and potential and inner drives and moving looking the beyond the motivation of the mentality and the mentality of the going through with the motivations are big are the bad. In fact, there are a great and the concurrence of the nice and thing that but the mentality stuff stuff and can't be real and recruit your heart and soul and gift and into the fight that the passion has been come from the deeper place and the, even if you are the curing the sin Missing a new object and how to the capture rise and a pizza and happiness and ultimately in the interview into the pick up performance after the Tony Robbins who he said I have seen business and among girls achieving their ultimately goals and but it still live in the frustration and the worry and worry and what is the play permeating the successful and the power of happiness and power of happiness and the happiness is why have you focus on only the achievement and the ultimately extraordinary accomplishment does not to the guarantee the extraordinary joy to happiness love and sense of the meaning and these two skill this and feed of each of taking me and believing that the success without a fulfillment is a failure well said. It is why that is the enough to the choose to be the successful you have dig a deeper and that the finding your core motivation or the activity the superpower of your power core motivation the access point is your the power why the power is through and the core is the value of the finding the both of why are who are who are and what are the stand for your core values and the internally compass and your guide guiding the beacon your personal GPS. They have the filter through the which is turn of the life and dream to require to the attention, making sure that leading to the toward the intention to the distension and getting you core values and finding you are the properly celebrate it one of the most important step in the radicality your life and towards your grandest and vision if you are the already to clear the finding your values and the many findings make you show and confidently where you want to the for example to honesty is a big thing for you and but you have hunger out of the allying and there is a conflict whenever the action and conflict with conflict with your value and you will be find to the unhappy the frustration and the depending does despondent the fact that psychologists and telling you to the nothing to create a more stress and when you are crossing the behavior behavior con- and congruent with your value of the defining your core values also help you to be the simply and more sufficient and decision making it and also easier and when you are the certain or your core values when I want through that the practice of the figuring out of the own values and boil it down to the two top three grow excellence and the impact of the discussions and making at the both the micro and macro level being much more clear and the pureful when you focus on choice yourself and don't this does this align with my core values if it doesn't do it if you not don't look back all the fighting and indication or the ultimately I identify your core values and use the core values assistance and a worksheet that can be the download and find your fight. People are the either the motivated by something and want to something they want or something they want to love and the powerful motivating force but so that the heart of the contrary to the social con- course it can be the good heart hate and disease and hate enjoyed hate and ignorance that completion and so one the something identify the many and far something of the greatest motivation and determination of the court and persistence come when I had an energy to fight in history and the most transformation story and the political दोस्तों 1 घंटा हो गया है अकॉर्डिंग टू पोरोडोमो टेक्निक फिर से 5 मिनट का रेस्ट लेने का टाइम आ गया है बट एक पेज पढ़ने के बाद जाएंगे ठीक है द रेजोल्यूशन कम्स about us to result and fighting to the enemy and devoid to the head and gloried army had to the British and Luke had to the drought with us. Apollo graded 20 something and a half to the man of peace and the Kokawa DC has to the Marvel Komi and the Taylor Shift has to the Caning West and we could go to end of the top of the images and goes to the region or the stand to the person having the fit of the challenging the skill of the character and resolution or the focus you to access and exercising to the talent of the ability without motivating the fighting and we can become fat and lazy we lose the strength and the purpose of the mentorships and the client to client worry that they are the powerful drives of the less than the noble works and the fear to the guilty for the venting the proof of the nation's power of the wanting to the getting back at the versions of said to the never to amount of the anything or the beating to the competitions or the failing ones up to the slaveling who always to the dominated them and the reason it is a matter to what the motivation is as long as the lag and the moral you don't have to be the motivating for the great humanitarian the reason to the matter of the what you are really to feeling motivating something and can be help you to the powerful and negative emotion experience and getting you more powerful and successful and this is the certainly true of the one of the history and the celebration to the football coach and Peter Coriel. The Peter explained his earlier motivation to like this and when I grew up I was to the little drink and I couldn't do much because I was just too small and it drew me and a couple of years to eat a place and where I could be competitive all that time and was struggling with the fact that I much better and I need to be a fight to improve and I was too frustrated because I knew I could be special to for need to the fight of ultimately brought out of the greatness. ठीक है दोस्तों 5 मिनट का रेस्ट लेते हैं और फिर उसके बाद दोबारा स्टार्ट करते हैं ठीक है कितनी बार आता होगा? देख कर लग रहा हूँ मैं भी यार, लाऊंगा, वेट कर रहा हूँ मैं तेरा, तू आओगा जब यार, जब मैं जाऊंगा। मैं सोचा तुमको बना रहे। In the interview with the acclaimed actor to the acclaimed the hoping I was too surprised to the learn that the extraordinary land and go to the determine to the balls him for the energy and picking. Do you know how to pin a book title? I don't know, but if you say I will learn it. No, those I don't know, but if you say that, you put it on screen. Put on screen like this. And start following, sharing. No. Then could you tell me? The interviewing of the acclaimed of the actor of the hoping to I was too surprised to learn that the extraordinary land that determination blossomed before the edge of the hoping admitted to the being a horrible student and branded with the decisive to understanding the deficit hyperactives and destroy the before such a disease and exist and we can shackle with to the lab 11 problem child I was sources to the worry and the proteins and hoping stories reveal that had to the being the future of the schools and the education was too important, but I don't I was sourcing of the wedding for the parent and hoping to the traveling and I had to appear in the future and because the school and education is important seems to have the ability to grasp and want to be that need to the course of all the bringing how I fetted the resentful object and by the whole the society was very depressed, hoping to the harms as the angle at first offered the followed him to fight, achieving the outstanding of the academic healthy, and he discovered he had to the gleaming all the talented in the acting so that he using to the higher anger to the build and blessing and he did have goes to the fuel of the committee and to the craft of the acting today and hopings to consider and one of the greatest after to living to the result of the of him to the future of the conqueror to the Hawkins 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 has been able to help you to consult and in the fight of recovering for the substance because the addition of the support and the importance of the environmental work and thought and initially it wasn't around in the noble case and fighting the clear and worthless and we all the making the power of choose and we can all the take of back control to blaming the chance of fight or anything else for the other outcome it is within the ability for creating rather than letting the past or the heartful experience or the energy and the sabotage or the success use as a full of opposite constructives चेंजिंग द गोल अब हम बात करेंगे गोल के ऊपर हम कंपाउंड इफेक्ट पढ़ रहे हैं भाई हम कंपाउंड इफेक्ट पढ़ रहे हैं द कंपाउंड इफेक्ट को पढ़ रहे हैं तो अब गोल सेटिंग के ऊपर बात करें गोल सेटिंग क्या चीज़ होती है तो इसमें एज आई मैंशन बिफोर टू कंपाउंड इफेक्ट इज ऑलवेज टू वर्क and it will be always taking you to something that the questions is where you are harnessed and this you can make a commit highest it over a review make a comment you highlighted top is commented more. One minute. All message filter all show me all including questions same none hidden all the chat show me the chat and potential seems removed welcome to remembering when I attend to the fuel, the compound effect. Good. यार मुझे अभी करना नहीं है आई डोंट नो हाउ टू डू इट बट इट इज़ माई प्रॉमिस टू यू दैट टुडे आई विल लर्न इट ओके Richard, I have no knowledge of technology, so that is why I'm struggling with that. But I will learn today. Okay. When I attend to the feral of G. Meridian, another more mentor of meaning I was going to the richness of the diversities of life and experience, and the contribute the more dozen of the combination had of obturize. Okay, was this is and the attend for the funeral of the GSP. I was remembered to the reaching and the adversity of the achieving the experience and the contribute for the dose the life combined into the obture and meet the resist of the quantity and using of the goal and I, I size of the goal and said himself the pure pose, and he would be tell if you are not making the process of would be liking to the capable of the working in this. It is a simple to because a goal or you clearly defined on the pure and the most of the problems and quite the remember us to the important of the goal and whatever your way images and are evidently a desire to the screening the believing to enthusiastically the act the most to inevitable 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 and the pass one skill to the responsible for the abundance in my life and learning more effectively so that the richer goes for anything else and anything happens and when you are occasionally and successful for activities on the well defined and today I was seeing them and the game highest achieving the world and having all the succeed and before the mapped out the visions and the person who has a clearly complying with them with the run and burning why will always be defeated in the best way to the doing how and how the finger of where you are might need to be adjust your goal and download your assessment to the sheet and the compound effect facts.com. How the goal setting actually work, the mastery of the secret of a revealed compound effect yeah. You are seeing to the experience and getting what you look for. You are doing what you are looking for. The certainly and doing and get it by over the nature and we are going to seek the creature or the brain always to be aligned by align or world to world with what we are seeing the experting in our inner world and so that you interact your brain to look for your what you want and will be brain to say that in fact the object of desire the probably always to exist around you and in your mind and eyes unwarrant upon the seeing it in the reality you have showing to the law of attraction and it is not a mystery of the historic would use something and sound like a far simply and more practical and that we have abundant with the billions of the sincere values and audience and a physical bit and information each to keep the going to the incense of the ignorance 90% of them and only really seeing the hearing of the experience those up to which mind and focus this is that is why when you are taking the something it appear that you are magically drawing that into the life in the reality and you are just seeing what was what was already and there are the truly adaptive. It is not a life and there are before accessible to the until thoughts and seeing that the directed your mind and to see that the making sense of that mystery at all and it is actually quite logically and now with the new practice and whatever your mind is thinking and internally is what is will be focused on and all the suddenly and you see that the 90% of the remaining and space as well boom 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 because it is a true and well as opposing to the buying a new car you suddenly start to seeing that the model and making everything and right it is seems to like there are the tons of them just it all of the sudden and when they weren't are yesterday but the realistic of course course not over the all along but you want to play attention them the CR that didn't really exist to you until you give them your attention when you define your goal and you give more build something and add the looking for the focus at it is if you are going to your mind a name and set the eyes through which to see all the people and consistently convention resource and ideas and creativity and surrounding you with this and new participation in the inner internally your mind and proceeding to the much up on the outstanding with your out most of the insights your day inside your goal it is that the difference and how you experience the world to drive the ideas people and opportunity in the life of you have to clearly define your goals in one of my interview with the brain Tracy he he put this put the way and people very clearly goal that this is who they are and know that what want to write they down and make them they accomplish unsuccessful people to carrying goal around you in the hidden like the marble marble arrayed around you in the way of saying that is why to merely fitness and everybody has to the fantastic but those to the fantastics are bull bullet with new powers in the category people are going through the shooting the blank and without return to goal and it is started with point it is started to point it I struggle that something is today and to make a list you have most important recommendation consider the goal of the accepted by life and just your business or finance is worrying of high purchasing to the power of focus on the single aspect of your life the exclusions of the everything else you are going for the whole life and success balancing your the aspect of life that are the important of the business and finance fitness and well-being spirituality and relationship and the life system lifestyle the system used to the setting and achieving big goal and can be the found who you have to become when the most people set out of the achieving a goal and they okay I have my goal now what do I need to do to get it not to do the question but it is not the first question that need to be addressed and either the question we should be asking through is and who do I need to become your probably knowing something so something who seems to be do anything right but is still doing the produce the result they right that what to once a principal James Ronnie thought me taught me if you want to have more you have to become a more successful is something is your purish and but purish but you are the person and will including you it can be it can be a training to the chase and beautiful success is something you attract by the person of you and become when I understood that the Philippines I revolutionized my and the personal growth when I was single when I was single and want to find you the find my mat and the marriage I made to along the list of the trial I desired in the perfect one and for me I found the 40 page to the journal and wanted to back to describe her in the great deal her the potential characters and the stability attitude and the Philippines made when you are found to count families and say something to including the he culture the Philips and makeup done to the extra or done today and if you had a simple says what do I have to do what do I have to do and get the girl might be a briefly charged and instead I look back at the list of the considering with or not embody those in the attribute I have the quality and I was expected in I was himself and I cannot be and may would be and like it to be looking for work and do I need to be attractive to the women and this is a sustenance and I feel to the 40 more pages and described all the attitudes and qualities and behavior activities and characteristics I need to become when I want work on work on becoming and achieving both qualities and guess what it worked as she if she were filled of the pages of my journal and appear in the front of me and my wife groceries is exactly what I describe and ask for in the almost an egg telling and ask getting you clear how I did have I do attract and keep a woman for a quality and then doing the work to achieve them according to Pomodoro technique फिर 5 मिनट का रेस्ट लेंगे फिर उसके बाद आएंगे दोस्तों 1.5 घंटा हो गया हमें लगातार स्ट्रीमिंग करते हुए काफ़ी कुछ पढ़ लिया मैंने भी ठीक है और आफ्टर 5 मिनट्स वी विल स्टार्ट अगेन टॉपिक का नाम है बिहेव योरसेल्फ This is a book. स्नेहा भैया ओके ओके भैया ओके स्नेहा स्नेहा लाइव है भैया स्नेहा लाइव है हौली हौली बंदा तेरा आम होंदा या बंदा हुई तो भैया खास ओके ये हमारे आखिरी 35 मिनट्स हैं 30 मिनट्स हैं इसके अंदर स्ट्रीमिंग करके इसको बंद करेंगे और 25 मिनट में जो मेरे से पढ़ा जाएगा 30 मिनट में आई विल रीड ओके चलो स्टार्ट करते हैं बिहेव योर सेल्फ altogether the map out of the process of the achieving the goal and if we have decided up this is the doing to the process or in the same cases of the stop doing process what stands between you and your goals is your behavior doing do not need to be stop your anything to the compound effect take you into the take you लाइन बड़ी प्यारी है isn't take isn't take isn't take you into the what downwards spirals. Similarly, that doing need to be started and the changing your object on that it is the needed to in the most beneficial and direction in the words of what the habit and behavior do you need to the subtract before you add into yourself you if you feel if your life comes down and formulas choice behaviors habits compound effect goal 17 page page 7 let us start ठीक है स्नेहा let us start it is that is why it is an imperative and figures out which behaviors and the blocks to the path of the leads to your goal and the which behaviors you compile your goals and you may think you have got the handle in on the hand you exist and if habits and it made did me good 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 money and you are wrong again that is why tracking is an effective means and honestly and do you know how many hours TV really watch it and a day how many hours you are spending with the turning in the new channel or the keeping up with the goal the accomplishment the others and supports and style network with you can now how many cans of should you drink or how many hours you are spending with your nonsense nonsensely with on the computer scrolling and their social media as I emphasized in the previous chapters your first job is becoming aware of how you are behavior and you where you have a feeling a slip on the job and develop an unconscious habit that had lead you the stressed एंड फिर इसके बाद लिखा है नो लॉन्गर अगो सक्सेस एंड एग्जीक्यूटिव होम इन द सर्व ऑफ द नॉन प्रॉफिट borrowed me to the mentor him improving the project and he was doing well but no he could optimize him and optimize the further of same coaching and I had him and attract him attract him the attract for the week and the notice and something that I too often and spend the incredible topic point of the reviewing him to 45 minutes in the morning and during the newspaper newspaper of the 30 minutes and listening to news on this morning committing the equal amount of the time and continue to again on his drive and back to draw and has workday check online updated several times the spending at the list and at minutes of the total he going to add to the check of the list and 15 minutes of the collect and name to greet him to the simply that the check of the 30 minutes and support a new and minute of the cook cook the cook the cook the new before you going to the bed in the total in was spending the 3.5 hours with the new each day and this means there wasn't a economist and the communities editor of in any profession and traveling the data that by at least a news and time to spend with the newspaper and program to the radios and TVs and greatly to contribute greatly exceed what he need to be a knowledge or what and contribute to the member of the society even the enhancing on the person to insist the fact was to getting the little valuable information through this program and choice is rather this lack of choice and so why did he spend nearly 4 hours a day and consuming it and it was a habit. I suggest he keep on to the TV and radios and off TV and radios off cancel and his newspaper subscriptions and set up the single industry was news and aggregator so he could select the receiving only a newspaper to the deems and importance and business and potential and insist and doing the immediately carried out the 90% of the mind collecting tackling and time to seeking it noise he could the revenue all the matter all to him and all less 20 minutes of the day and this he left to the 45 minutes in the morning his comment time commit time that have in the every production and activities exercise to to listening to interaction and the inspiring mental reading and the mental reading planning to the preparing and the spending the quality and time with the family he tell me he is now felt less and the stressed and contain the new negative news and has been no tendency to the making to the anxious and more inspiring and the focus than he doesn't know and one same simple change in the habit on the gauge lap for forward to the balancing productivities. Habit that make you the sabotage and your progress in your areas, and write down the habit of the behavior, every lies of the descriptions, and between what you say and what are you doing and saying, the behavior that you have feel feel that healthy, and you are drawing the dust and the figure. I am I am believing that the doctor, if you are safe, if you say self improvement is the priority of your spending the more of your ex boy than the library in. I am bringing the Xbox, and you are dedicating the profession, and but you show that the impre- imperative, and your behavior rate and out of every time the family of the top priority. And if you don't appear your person calendar, and really look at the habits and just get that the truth about how you are now. You are getting decide whether like okay and okay, if you want to change next time, and then all the behavior, all the habit you need to adopt, practice on the compound over the time, and result you will graciously achieving your goal, and making the list about your waste energy, and getting the adjustmental grateful for the about your clear head and look, and what you want improving to going to have their uproot and the sabotage and bad habit to plant the positive and healthy in your in the in the place. The game change. Five strategy of eliminating the bad habit. Your behavior are doing the can be a limited. If you are want to the sail, you can sail your life in a new direction, or you have picked an anxious of the habit have been to the way down, and the key is to making your why the power of strong, that the overwhelming and the huge, or instead of gratification, and for that you need to be a new game and plan for following are me all the time to the favorite to game change. First, identify your dire treasury. First, identify your treasury. Look at the list. Look at the list and bad habit for each one of you have written down. Identify the treasury and the figure out what I call to the four big four. The who and what, the where and when. Underneath each bad habits. For example, you are more likely to drink too much when you are with certain people. Is there are the particular time, or when you just have something sweet. What emotion and tendency provoke you to the worst habit to stress, gesture, energy, nervousness, and bad mood. When you do when do you experience the emotions? Who are you with, where you are, and what are you doing? What the situation trump your bad habit to save your gratitude and care the times to information, and reviewing the waste and your name, life, and conference and social sittings, feeling, and perhaps increasing the deadlines, and take close look at the young look at your young routine. But you don't typically says that you are wake up when you are on the coffee lunch or break. You have got from a long habit. Habit again. Get out your notebook and use the bad habits, killing the worksheet and compound effect. You roasters and now the write down your target treasury 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 and these simple actions allow to increasing your awareness to exploitationally, but of the course of course this is who unchanged because we are deciding to the increasing your awareness of the habit and enough to the breaking through. Clean house, get the Sabri and that I means to this and literally either figuratively if you are if you want to stop drinking alcohol, remove every drop of it from your house and get rid of the glass any fancy and un- unlist or drop and dead in using and you're breaking and those and the decorative oils and to if you want to watch so much traveling at the night cancel all the cab netflix netflix and other subscription receiving if you are trying to curb your spend take the evening and the cancel every categories of the retailing for offer them and filling in their vast mailbox for the index and so you won't even need to be a master the discipline of your working for the front of drop and the recycle being for you want to eat healthful the clean and your compu- capi kept boards of all the crypts and stop being to the junk foods and stop junk food and stop buying into the argument and that is not a far to the dinner Danny the people who in the family and drunk and the simple because of the man in your life and everything in your family is in a better if better off whatever it is doing those you look at is the whatever your energy and the habits अब जो एनर्जी लेवल हो घट चुका है पूरा माइनस में जाने को हो रहा है आई एम कंटिन्यू रीडिंग फॉर द लास्ट 2 आवर सो टाइम भी 2 घंटे हो चुका है स्ट्रीमिंग का ऑलमोस्ट अब यहाँ से पढ़ेंगे शाम को ठीक है थैंक यू जिसने मेरा साथ दिया और जितनी देर तक भी आ पाए सबके लिए थैंक यू ओके अब एक्सरसाइज का टाइम हो गया योगा टाइम हो गया So now we are wind up the session. ठीक है, और शाम को मिलते हैं 9 बजे with this compound effect. Bye and thank you. Amazing experience भैया. Good. Bye.